for the next 5 years. Okay, so you need to understand the conversations, you need to understand the intents, then align them. I as a marketer, he as a customer, we need to align. You want to go for travel, you have a 40,000 budget, but there is a package of 80,000. I would like to give it to you at 60. There is a conversation for business happening. Most often today, these conversations that we talk, that you see on the internet space, are twofolds. Non-intent specific, which is called user-generated content. Intent specific, which is called consumer-generated content. I'll talk about it a little bit more in depth. So, you need to have connections, conversations, intent, and this intent needs to be aligned. And as a marketer, you can't tell the customer that, look, align your intent with me. You need to figure out that the intent is with you and get the customer-centric aspect here. So you need to get connected. So you need to know how to say hi. Don't expect somebody to click on your Facebook ad which says, I am selling Proactive and it takes care of acne. And I'll put the ad and I expect him to click on it and come in. I'm 44 years old. Probably I might not have a problem with it. But I have a teenage daughter who might be going through an acne problem. It needs to be modified. You know, I mean, we did this ad, surprise your daughter, teenage daughter, with an acne solution. Click to know more. Will you get a click from a 44-year-old guy? If it is a problem? It does. So you would be able to get there once you know what your high strategy, what is your conversation strategy. There are phenomenal guys who do a phenomenal high. They do phenomenal conversation, but they forget the intent and understanding. You would have a little problem there. So make it customer centric, and this is how the businesses can be driven. Now, we were looking at how to go about how business is impacting, or how online is impacting business. So you are looking at a business problem. Business problem is my revenue is going down, my costs are going up, my profit is coming down. Right? And then you put a marketing strategy, and probably will do other departments too, which is operations, HR, and stuff like that. Please ensure that whenever you're trying to do marketing, you ask that question, why the heck am I doing this? Let me give you an example. 2009, when we got started and Facebook was like growing, there was a company which came to us saying that, look, we would like to do Facebook marketing. So as a greenhorn entrepreneur, you jump into the campaign and you go ahead and do thousands of likes. And as we go ahead with it for 6 months, the likes have come down, the shares have come down, the comments came down, and the marketing responsible person got changed. And she actually asked me, Ratan, we had been spending X lakhs of rupees per month, and it's 6 months now. There was so much money has been spent in, which is like the media budget and the consulting charges that we have. Can you please explain to me how is this impacting my business? There was no answer for me because I did not really think through it. And this would happen. In fact, I've seen people get fired. I've seen campaigns not doing very well because they don't ask this simple question. Say that, what is the business problem I'm trying to solve? Now, if the customer says, look, I don't have an answer, then you take it in writing saying that you are accountable and responsible to generate likes on Facebook page. Beyond that, I'm not accountable. It makes sense. All the time you need to cover your backside in marketing because marketing objectives change and they change drastically. Like these days climate, you know. So once you're not aligned with the business objective, it's going to be waste of time, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say. And it's waste of time, and it can cause a lot of turmoil to each one of us. The budgets would be gone, the time would be gone, your career could be in jeopardy. And I'm not saying this to scare you up. This is what I'm seeing. Okay? And then once you have aligned your, did your strategic analysis, set your marketing objectives. And these objectives have to be very, very specific. And then for every objective, there's something called track, analyze, and optimize, which I will again talk in the last session. Okay? So you decide online, offline, and when you decide online, you say, okay, if I have to do online, what is it I want to do? You could do website strategy, you could do search engine optimization, you could do PPC, social media marketing, banner, email, mobile, web analytics. And please remember, each of them are a different tactic altogether. It's like cooking idli sambar to driving a Ferrari. If you are doing search engine optimization, you would not have any idea how paid search works. And please remember, when somebody searches for a specific keyword on Google, there's something called SERPs, which is search engine result pages. Both of them converge to a specific place for the customer perspective, but how you get there to get your communication listed is very different. Likewise, email marketing, mobile marketing, you need to understand these different tactics. So what we looked at, we understood business marketing and e-marketing. We decided that there are objectives that you need to have which are very specific and customer-centric plus plus. And in your marketing solution for your business problem, you have got different options for you to do digital marketing. Right? And good thing is, these guys give you a lot of data. Now I've already told you this. Now for example, in 2006, we were selling an online trading account for a company. And we suddenly saw that there were quite a few leads coming from cities like Indore, Udaipur, where they did not have any presence. So we actually went ahead and told them that, look, it's required for you to open up some kind of an agency there because the customer wants your business offering. This gives you a lot of feedback loops into not only, let's say, in SEO, you know that there is a keyword called Mumbai flights, gets a lot of good traffic and it gets converted. I can use it in my paid search. I can use it in my social media marketing. The moment someone is talking about Mumbai flights, I want to be in that conversation. I can use that as my email subject line. If you look at it, there is a whole lot of integration that you can bring in. And if you're looking at ROI, and it has a survey done across the globe, asking people who have put in money into digital marketing, saying that, look, which are the tactics which have given ROI to you? ROI is return on investment. If I put in 3 lakhs, am I getting the expected ROI out of it? People said SEO, email marketing, PPC, social media, whatever that you're talking about. While these things are there, so one of the points that I wanted to mention is, if you're doing e-marketing seriously, and you're not doing any of these top 3, probably you're losing out an opportunity. And having understood the ROI, there is something happening with the social media. Social media is actually seeping into each one of these. You have seen a lot of social conversations coming into SERPs, search engine result pages. You have seen a lot of email happening on social media. Today I use Facebook communication to convert official conversations. Right? Similarly, affiliate marketing and viral is something that I will talk about again in the last session. There are a lot of things which are coming in, which are seeping into social media. Therefore, what's happening is all of us realize that e-marketing is really going to help me because it's becoming a bigger bet. Yes, sir.
Ratan, in your experience, while we're talking about online marketing, the brands that you have dealt with, what is the percentage of e-marketing budgets that they have under this offline? Because is there a shift? What is the kind of percentage that is going into that?
My revenues are increasing on a year-to-year basis.
That must be yours. I'm happy for you. But from an overall customer segment perspective, is this all? Is it really growing, and what is the pie of the market? Because I want to understand from you, while a lot of things are being said about online marketing, okay, my assumption is that 80 to 90% is still traditional marketing.
Yeah, we are actually hitting that big dead end from the digital marketing perspective, but I'll give you certain examples. There is a jeans brand, okay, who realized that my target segment is from anywhere from 15 years to 24, and they completely moved their budget online.
Sure.
Yeah, and there is a travel company which realized that search was amazing in terms of conversations. They increased the budget. In fact, there is one company that I've seen, they moved from 3,000 visitors per week to 30,000 visitors per week. That's the kind of ammunition that they put in. But there are businesses who are still attempting to figure out, will I get ROI? The problem out there is they're not working the entire funnel that I talked about.
So, question again back to you is, suppose I take a consumer brand like Chings.
Right.
Okay. Chings has got X number of Facebook likes and all the entire cycle that you have said to it. But they have not deviated from their offline marketing. Their media presence and all is still there. So probably I want to hear from you. What I want to hear is it that there is no silver bullet for which can hold good for everybody? So there are different strokes for different folks. Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's unique strokes for unique guys. Honestly speaking, let's take chicks. If they've got so much of traction on Facebook, they need to identify a way to start conversing on a regular basis. Am I boring, sir?
No. Yes.
What? Okay. Sorry. Thank you very much for coming back. Okay. So they were doing conversations before, but they need to continuously do conversations and they need to understand the intents and they need to align the intents. Let me give you another example. Have you heard about a site called Sunsilk Gang of Girls?
Yes.
Yeah? A lot of money was put in, a lot of awards, a lot of thingy, but eventually when they could not sustain it, it became a place where there were more men than women. It became actually a pickup joint. That's the analysis that I'm trying to give you. Why? Because the person who is responsible and accountable for it could not sustain the conversations, could not understand the intents, could not align the intents. So today the problem is if the budgetary guy who is looking at it is not seeing an ROI, just like the way I've given you, it will go up. And that's where the bigger problem is because it's not implemented right. Let's say someone spends 3 lakhs on Facebook and it's implemented shoddily. You know what happens? The client will lose confidence on Facebook and he would probably not look at Facebook in the next job too. And the agency would also lose out. Quickly, whosoever. Did I answer your question, sir, or did I duck it?
No, of course, you're attempting to answer.
Yeah, it's a question that we are trying to, when I do consulting.
It's a work in progress.
But I can see the increase of mind share, meaning people who are decision makers trying to understand what is digital marketing, what is it I can do, is coming.
No, I can see that, people like Ratan KK are constantly pushing the envelope and, the effect of it is you're part of the evangelism that happens. And I can see the envelope being pushed and I can see that customers who have younger consumers are moving online. But my point still remains that the percentage is very low. Traditional marketing is still there. And the flip side is some of them who are making mistakes are not doing an integrated marketing which includes online and offline. So that is what it is.
Because we got into heart-to-heart talk, let me talk hard. You know what happens? When you start a marketing campaign, and as I said, the marketing objectives are very flimsy. If I put in the marketing objectives of a brand for the last 10 years, it would have changed more than the changes that you could see in a local train. Let me. Yeah. So what's happening is when people don't give enough time for the marketing objective to persist, sustain, and grow, you would have a problem. The second point is that the guy who started the campaign moves out. The last but not the least is, and there is no record of anything that's done. So the new guy comes in and he will start with Facebook marketing. And the good thing is, the boss who actually approved it last time is also not there.
Exactly.
So it's again another, but it's a moving mass and I'm seeing some kind of a shift. It's slow, but it's getting there. It's going to be tough with those companies who have gone ahead, implemented, had a bad experience, attempting to reallocate budgets to it. But there are companies which are seeing great value. Right.
Another question, how do you accurately measure ROI for online marketing initiatives? To give you an example, I may have a web page, etc. Now, say I am a retailer, I actually even do print ads. Print ads carry my URL which drives traffic to my online website. So, where is the ROI? Do I measure it? Because today it is split across both the channels.
So you actually answered your own question. You need to identify which you want to track. You need to measure it right, and you need to continuously be at it. For example, I'll talk a little jargon because I really want to push you to understand this. We had a paid search on SCRPs. You with me on this? paid search and SERPs. He clicked on it. The user clicked on it. He came to something called a landing page. Again, it's a jargon. A page where I driven traffic to land on. It's called landing page. And on that landing page, I've got a buy button. Okay? But this guy does not buy it. But what happens is, because it's Google, it drops something called a 30-day cookie. Basically, it means is that Google will keep a watch on this guy if he ever buys it. It's a way of tracking. Now, what happens is, it happens on day 1, and I normally look at my performance in 30 days, nothing happened. Right? No performance for this click which I've already spent money on. But what happens is on 31st day, this guy buys. You know, Google will attribute the sale to that click which happened 31 days back. My analytics, which is on my website, it attributes the sale on the 31st day. Now, if you don't understand these nuances, you would not be able to attribute that sale to that budget that you spent, and your ROI goes all over the place. So ROI is all about understanding what is it you want to track, what is it you want to measure, and how do you optimize it. Now, with this problem, what we did is, we used to look at today, week to date, we used to do month to date. Now we have introduced another thing called 3 months to date. And it's able to capture. Now let's say on a specific day, today is 7 sales, week to date.